We are alive. How are you doing today? This is Mike, the Patriot, coming to you live from Central Missouri. It's approximately 7:08 p.m. on 3/29/21. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm coming to you live again with another special guest, again with the local election thing. And I know some of y'all are going, why do I care about local elections? Well, it's the local elections that have the most traction in your life. These are the people, your neighbors and friends and business owners in your local community who step up and want to run for political office, and they can have the most damage to you. I mean, really, these shutdowns are all done locally, coming from orders from afar, I think. But anyways, so I've got my good friend John Sultanoff, and he is running again for the Pettis County. What are you running for, John?
Pettis County Board of Trustees for the Health Department.
This is what this is. I've been doing a series, been trying to interview several of the people running for this board.
Yep.
John, thanks for joining us. Appreciate
Thank
you
you,
being
guys.
here. And I forgot to mention, if you the first time you're ever watching me, do me a favor, hit the follow button, and whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, hit the like button, all that stuff. Also, you can follow me on Rumble. All my videos are loaded to Rumble. Also on YouTube, as I said, there's my link to YouTube. It also says 61 subscribers, but it's like 3,000 or 4,000 now, so it's growing. And then you can also follow me on Telegram. I put a lot of stuff on Telegram. It's where I'm most active, other than Facebook. Got a spider coming right down before my eyes. It's like, whew. Anyways, so John, as we get going here, as people are just starting to jump on, why don't you tell us about yourself, where you come from, and why you're running for the health board, and maybe just a little background on yourself and stuff like that.
Okay, so my name is John Sultanov. I live here in Pettis County. I was raised here, went to the school district 200 here, basically my whole life. I have a beautiful wife and two children now. So I was interested in getting involved in politics here because I really care about the community. But to start off with, my family, they came here as not as religious refugees from Ukraine. So Ukraine suffered a lot of persecution up there. A lot of whenever communism took its course, people were being persecuted left and right. They started slow, kind of like we see happening nowadays. They take, a couple little rights away or whatever, and then they went after the guns. After they took everybody's guns, they started, giving you a label. You're either someone that believes in Christ, or you're an atheist or a Soviet or whatever you want to call it. And if you're not cool with the system, then you can't go buy stuff at your grocery store. If you're not cool with the system, you may get jailed, you may get killed. So my family dealt with this. Millions of other people dealt with this. Millions of people got killed. I have relatives that got killed, had to dig their own hole and get killed because they didn't want to give up Christ. That's what it comes down to eventually. It may start with the mask, it may start with some religious or some political views, but it always ends up being Christ. They may, you don't want to believe in Christ, you're fine. If you believe in Christ, you're gone. We've seen it in the Bible. Revelations talks about it, and that's what happened to my family. Anyways, long story short, people were praying. They would gather in the woods at night. They would gather in basements and homes to gather and pray and read the Bible. If you had a Bible, it was contraband. You would get jailed or killed just for having a Bible. They many years of praying and fasting and stuff, and God heard our family's prayers. There's some lawyers in the United States that got together along with some judges, passed some bills, and they said, we will take you refugees. If you guys want to come here, we will take you. We welcome everybody with open arms. And that's what happened. My family, they filed on that. There was a program you had to file. They did the paperwork. After a little while, they were brought to the United States, and I was born here. And now I feel like I owe this country something. That's why I want to do whatever I can to run politically, or whatever I can just to do something for this amazing country. That's long story short.
The long story short, so somehow you wound up in Central Missouri running for the health board. So what are your qualifications, your background as far as the health board? Why the health board? What led you to that decision?
So I actually have my qualifications written down here. I knew you were going to ask me that, Mike.
Well, I've asked everybody that.
So to the people that would say, you have no medical degrees. What are you doing running for the health board? I would say back, Bill Gates doesn't have any degrees, medical degrees. Why is he mandating stuff? Why is he acting like he knows what's up? Why is he telling us to get vaccines? Why is he telling us to wear 5 masks if he has no medical degrees? So me, I don't have a medical degree, but that doesn't matter because I'm a patriot. I'm a man of Christ, and I'm willing to fight for your freedom. This right here is something I care about a lot. The Constitution. And I will fight for it. I don't care. I have nothing to lose. This is not a job that pays us money. This is something we're doing out of our own time, sacrificing time. I have children. I'm sacrificing time from the family. And this is something that I care about. I care about the next generation, and I want to do the right thing. So I'm qualified for this position because I have the skills you need and experience to back it up. I'm bilingual, Russian, Ukrainian, and English. As you guys may know, Sedalia has the most Russian-speaking people by percentage in the United States. So by percentage on the statistics map, the most in the United States. We need someone in politics that understands Russian since we have so many of them here, correct? I mean, it would only be fair, right?
It makes sense. And I'll tell you that the Russian community are some of my best customers. As far as my tire shop and my car lot, I do a lot of business with the Russian community in town, and everybody I've met so far, for the most part, are great people. Of course, there may be a knucklehead. There's always a knucklehead
That's
everywhere.
True. Very true.
But everybody I've had business dealings with are great people. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
I have extensive background in business. I worked at a local factory years ago and then went to work for myself as an entrepreneur. And now, thank God, I'm in a pretty good spot. As long as they don't come for our small businesses, then we may be in trouble. But I have an extensive background in business. Quality communication skills. Communication is very important, especially through social media. A friend of mine became the sheriff here. He uses social media and just posts every little thing that's going on. He's engaging with the people of Pettis County. So that's something that I look to do, and I feel like it should have been done already because there's a lot of confusion from the people and then some of the health board members. Nobody answers questions. Nobody tells you anything. They just mandate something, and then we're left shocked. So I got a strong ability to multitask under pressure, and then I got a very well knowledge of the federal and state laws. So that's some of my qualifications.
Okay, so there's qualifications. What will you do differently than what's already going on with the board? What do you see that needs to be changed?
So first thing I would do is at the first board meeting, I would have a very interesting and in-depth conversation about what the board is. As far as I know, this is a board. This is a board that can offer. Let me see how I wrote this down. This is an advisory board. This is not a governing body. These guys on the board, they sit, they look over data, they look at the science, they talk, and they can advise the commissioners on what to do or what to sign. That's all that they're really supposed to do. I mean, as far as that, but they are not a governing body. They are not supposed to do 2 votes and change a law or change something and then get businesses shut down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the first thing I want to talk about.
You might explain that 2 votes a little bit. Where that comes from.
So as far as I know, it was a while back. I don't even remember the question that was brought up. There was something going on, and basically there was 2 people that passed or voted something in. And I mean, it was a big deal because there's 5 board members. You need 3 out of 5 votes, and 2 people said yes, and something went through. I don't remember the details of that. I looked at it a while back whenever it just happened, but that's what I'm saying. We need teamwork.
I'll just let the people know that aren't from Pettis County. Back in August, beginning of August, the end of July, beginning of right in there, they decided that they were going to put a mask mandate in place in Pettis County. And a lot of people stood up and said, wait a second, we're not really in agreement with this. And we want to have a hearing. We want to be able to voice our opinion. So that kind of blew up in their face in the meeting they had. So they scheduled another meeting at a local venue where they could have the public address them.
That's right. Yep.
And they did that, and then they ignored the public, and they went ahead and held their vote. Well, out of the 5 people, 1 person didn't show up, 1 person abstained, 2 people voted yes,
And
and
they passed.
the other one said that she can't vote because she was moderating it, which didn't make any sense to me. So you had 2 out of the 3. If she just would have voted, it would have been a legit deal. So it didn't really legitimately pass. And then they went ahead and gavelled it, said it was passed, and was going to put this ordinance, or they were calling it an ordinance, but it didn't have any backing of the city and it didn't have any backing of the county. So they really had no teeth to it. So we had a law, but we didn't have a law. It could be enforced, but it wasn't enforced. And it was just a mess. So that's how we got to where we are today.
Was it strict? Because see, I remember we were all involved. We went to those meetings, the hearings and stuff, but was it strictly the mask mandate, or did it have to do with closing some of the local businesses down too and leaving Walmart open and stuff? I don't remember the whole thing.
It was a mask mandate.
It's the mask.
They were going to mandatory masks. It was mandatory masks. Even if you were walking outside by yourself, you had to have a mask on. And it was they had in the original passing, they actually had penalty under law with a fine. The problem was they didn't have the authority to fine. It had to go through the city council or the commissioners, which it never went through. So they ended up changing that. They ended up changing that wording and getting rid of the fine. But there was a mess. There was a mess involved in all that, as far as who should comply or not comply, and the whole town was in a buzz about it. And there were sides drawn and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, so now there's positions open on the board, and people are running to basically seize control back of the board to average, ordinary people. So
absolutely.
So what do you see that you want to change as far as what they're doing? What can you do to make a difference?
So as far as that, again, I really think that they need to be more of an advisory board. They need to work as a team, because a lot, from what I understand, it seems like there's 1 or 2 people that are pushing the string, pulling all the strings, and that's not right. It needs to be teamwork. It needs to be 3 out of 5 votes. So that's one very important thing. Second thing, we need transparency. We need someone to live stream the events, unless they would do like a private hearing or whatever. They need to live stream the board meetings. The site needs to get fixed. I have an extensive sorry, am I just looking at this thing? I have a lot of experience in IT and website building and stuff. I would come in there and help fix their site. Their site is horrible. It just has no updates. A lot of stuff doesn't load. A lot of people go on there for guidance and stuff, and they have nothing. It just doesn't work properly. It's very slow. It's outdated. They need someone that comes in there. They need someone that's motivated, that's going to come in there and willing to work, put their time and sacrifice time and efforts to get everything going. Also, I have a huge issue with the way whenever some of my relatives and people come, from California, these Russian people that don't speak English, when they come and go and they want to get to get that document, for the religious form for the vaccines or whatever, exemption.
The religious exemption form for school, right? That's what you're referring to. Yeah, exactly.
Every time someone asks me this, even yesterday I spoke with somebody, they say every time they go down there to get it, it's always a hassle. They always say, come back another day, or sit them down, make them wait 3-4 hours. They make it a hassle. So we need something done about this. We need to make sure it's there at convenience. It's there to where if someone needs it, they come get it, sign it, bring it back, whatever. People don't have to wait. I feel like they make it inconvenient because they don't want people to use that form. But we have our rights. That's why this is America. If you don't want to get a vaccine, then don't get it. If you want to wear 5 masks and get a vaccine, then do it. But people shouldn't have to wait, that long.
In the Ukrainian Russian community, was that a big issue for them as far as a community about the vaccines? Is that something that they're very concerned about, or is it just a minority of them think that way, or?
So with certain things, vaccines aren't a big deal. But for something that is not really researched, it's just, that we believe in God. God is our rock, and we trust in God. Our families always, came from that, came back. We had God back in our generations. We had faith, and it's something very important to us and dear to us. And we just believe that God, He created us in His image. He created our body to fight off viruses. He created our immune system to be strong. And we just rely on that. We just pray, and God will heal. God is real, you know? So sometimes in this case, like nobody knows this mRNA vaccine, nobody knows what it can do to you. Nobody researched it for more than a few months. So before we rush into it, we want to, at least get some research on it, at least let a few years pass or something, but they make
Well,
it difficult.
that makes sense to me. I just want to add, anybody out there watching right now has any questions for John, go ahead and ask them in the comments, and I'll put them up on the screen, and we'll get them answered for you if we can. So I just wanted to put that out there in there. So you're talking about since we're talking about the vaccines, and I brought this up with a couple of the other candidates as it was pertinent news. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but this is New York City. This is that New York, as of April 2nd, will require vaccine passports. Kind of what that is, it's similar to mobile airplane boarding passes, where individuals be able to either print out their pass or store it in their smartphones using Excelsior Pass wallet app. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to, where's your papers kind of thing. And it says they won't be allowed to enter society in New York and do any kind of commerce without this pass. So how do you feel, especially where you come from, your background, about something like that?
I don't feel good about this at all. This really reminds me of what they did back there, because they put you in a category. Either you're with us or you're completely against us. And that's what it makes me feel. It makes me feel like it's going to get to a point where, oh, you have a passport, you're good. You're one of the good guys. You're trying to help. And then if you don't, you're considered someone that was almost like a threat. And that's what it will come down to. You will be a threat. You're with us or you're against us. And that's just not right. I mean, Mike, people that work there, and that people that don't want to have to take a vaccine, what's going to happen to them? Are they going to have to leave their job? People that live there, if they go visit, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's scary.
Well, and you're right in asking what's going to happen to them. And here's the other thing about that is now, and there's even more about this. I didn't got the screenshot. This is from this morning.
Wow.
Or last night. There's more about this. The Biden administration is now set to launch the same kind of passport system across the country. So you won't be able to travel, fly on a plane, or go to work or anything like that. And then these big corporations, well, they'll all jump on the bandwagon and not let you in their stores or whatnot if you don't have a vaccine passport. So it's kind of a snowballing effect. And I can see where somebody with a background that comes where their family had ran from this kind of stuff would be kind of going, wait a second, this is supposed to be free. So
exactly. And it like the Bible says, you won't be able to buy and sell, you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
But
a lot of my followers, a lot of the watchers know what you're talking about too.
Exactly. I don't want to go to Facebook jail. I mean, actually, I don't care. But listen, we don't know. We don't know if we're living through the time of the revelations or the end of times, or if God's gonna come out and save us out of this. We really don't know what's gonna happen. But with these kind of passports that they're trying to do, they're really, I mean, asking for trouble. I don't know. It's pretty scary. I do not agree with it. This scares me because my family went through something very similar. The Jews went through something similar. They wore a star, little star that they had to wear. They're just marking people, and it's just not right.
Well, back to more local issues, and of course, if you're on that particular type of board, if a mandate comes down from the government that you have to follow and you don't have a choice, I mean, there's going to have some tough decisions for you at that point if you're on that board.
Yes.
What do you think that you're going to do in a situation like that? If you get elected to the board and say the governor of Missouri or even the president says we got to do something like this pass thing.
Mike, to be honest, what I would do is I would pray about it. First things I would pray about it, ask God to give me wisdom on how to act. Definitely I'm not going to support, a system that I feel like is against our Bible, against our Constitution, against our freedom. And I would probably step down before I pass anything that goes against my religion and my freedom, you know? So, like I said, I can't say much because I'm not in that position, but I would imagine it would be very hard. And the only way to deal with that is literally pray and ask God for wisdom. I mean, I don't know any other way because
That's a
regardless,
good answer.
regardless what you choose, there's going to be people mad at you, either people that believe like I do or people that want this kind of stuff to go on. So, you know,
Just a comment on there. Brandy Von Holton says that she's voting for you. So I just thought I'd put that on there.
that's Brandy. That's my best friend right there.
And she's wild.
I'm voting for her too. Hi, Brandy.
Yes. She's also running for a seat. There's 3 positions open. There's 4 people that are running as a group. So if we can get any combination of those 4 people on this board, I think it'll be great for Pettis County. So, so I thought I'd throw that out there. People out here, there are a lot of comments going around talking about that passport system. They're not in favor of it. So. One thing that we have to do again, there's going to be, and I'll let you touch on this tomorrow, but there's going to be a meeting tomorrow. Yes. I think it's at 6 down at the venue. Yes. Where you can actually go meet these candidates. You can meet John, you can meet Brandy, you can meet Amanda, you can meet Matthew, and I don't know if there's going to be any others there. I think some of the school board guys are going to be there too. Yes, that you can get to know them, ask them questions face to face, look them in the eye. And so 6 o'clock tomorrow at the venue, I suggest everybody get down there and see what this is all about, and let you touch on that a little bit too, if you want to bring that up. And also, if someone wants to help your campaign or donate to you or go out and hand flyers, how do they get a hold of you?
Okay. So if you'd like to get a hold of me, message me on Facebook. John Sultanov is my page. I'll send you all the information if you'd like to donate or anything else. But just look at that last name. I don't think there's much people on Facebook. So John Sultanov, S-U-L-T.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, S-U-L-T-A-N-O-V as in Victor. And as far as tomorrow, basically, I'll tell you real quick why we're doing this. We had a little event, a little debate or candidate forum with all the candidates. There's a lot of people that reached out to us after the fact, said, hey, they weren't taking questions, from the audience and stuff like that. Well, tomorrow, anybody can ask the questions. If you have a question, come meet us, come speak with us. We will be more than happy to talk to you or answer your question. So tomorrow at the venue, 6 o'clock, should be a really good time. Come, bring your family, your friends, and just have a good time with us. All patriots, come, please. We got to stand up and fight.
It's going to be a good event, and that's a beautiful location too. So
very beautiful place, yes.
And I appreciate the people putting all that together. And yours truly will be there too. So I don't let that hold you back. Anyway, so when is election day? What day is election day?
So April 6th is election day. Right now, absentee voting is going on. I actually may have ended, but April 6th, please come out and vote. This is very, very important. This is a small turnout election. Not too many people turn out, so we can really make a difference. Come out, vote, tell all your family to vote. It's a county-wide election. Everybody can vote, and let's try to make a difference. We need to elect good individuals for the school boards. We need to elect good, God-fearing individuals for the health board of trustees as well. There is several candidates. Brandy, everybody vote for her. There's really good candidates, including myself. I promise you I won't steer you wrong. Come out and vote on April 6th.
Well, and I'm not sure what day that absentee voting closes, but if you go down to the courthouse, and Nick Lasada will set you straight on that. So
Absolutely.
if you're in the Pettis County area and you're a voter, come and vote. This isn't Georgia. You can't vote, just move here and vote right away. That we don't do
That's
that
right.
around here. We're straight and honest around here. So
Absolutely.
this is
That's right.
this is very red territory. Very, 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 very red territory. So
Thank God.
is there anything? Yes. Anything else you want to add? Talk about, comment, throw out there? Any issues you want to cover?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Mike, for having me. I really appreciate the time. Thank God for this platform. I feel like it touches a lot of hearts, and I think you're doing the right thing. I appreciate it. Secondly, regardless what happens with this election, me and some of the other people that are running, we decided that regardless what happens, we're going to continue fighting. We're going to continue doing whatever it takes. So I don't know what we're going to do, but just keep in contact with all of us, and we want to continue fighting this battle and doing the right thing for this county and for this country. So please follow us on Facebook, and we'll see what happens. Really appreciate the vote on April 6th.
And why don't you, before we get done here, why don't you throw your name out there one more time and how they can get a hold of you? Go ahead and spell it again, because your name's probably the most hardest out of everybody's running. So
that's why you should remember it on the ballot. John, no, John, last name Sultanov. John Sultanov on Facebook. Add me. If you need my phone number, you want to call me or have any questions, 660-287-1010. Please get in contact with me, and I would love to talk to all of you.
All right. If there's not any more questions out there, I know there's some comments. There's not any questions, but people are on here saying we Americans have the numbers. We can start by blocking access to airports if we need to. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. We can stop purchasing from the big business. That's right. Change and buy local. Buy local as much as you can.
Absolutely.
It might cost you a little more to buy local, but local is still local. And then somebody else says, no masks, no passports, no vax. You've got our vote. So
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of give you an idea of my reach. Here's somebody from Tennessee. They're saying Tennessee bleeds red, and that's the truth. So
that's a fact. I love Tennessee.
So
I love
it. There you go. That's kind of what's going on the comments right there. Just run through real quick. But anyways, John, I appreciate you jumping on. We've been on about a half an hour, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to let you go and sign off here. I do appreciate you coming on. Go out and vote on April 6th.
April 6th.
If you're in Pettis County, and let's take back our county. You have just hang on a second, John. Don't hang up yet. Okay. All right, folks. I appreciate you all watching. Share this video with your friends, especially if you're in this area. And remember, if you like to hear common sense talk about the events of the day, even the conspiracy theories, we can have fun with that. Follow me on Facebook right here. Just go ahead and just go to my Facebook page. It's completely wide open. You can friend me or follow me right there. If your settings are too high, I probably won't friend you because I can't tell if you're real. Just saying. But you can follow me. Follow me is free. Don't cost you a dime. It's worth the price of admission. That's me on Rumble right there. Go check it out. Every video I do is loaded on the Rumble. Every video is live streamed also on YouTube. If you want to not be on Facebook, you can go straight to the YouTube, or you can go to the Telegram. That's my link to Telegram. Everything that I do, as I'm putting my shows together at 8:30 in the morning, every day, Monday through Friday, I go live and we talk about today's events with my kind of spin, common sense approach. That's where you can find what I'm thinking about right there. So I do appreciate everybody jumping on. You guys have a great day. I'm going to check out of here and catch you all later. I appreciate you all watching.